Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everybody, welcome back to our presentation video for English for specific purposes assignment. So in this time, we would like to explain to you about the role of ESP learners, ESP teachers, and also the need in English for specific purposes. Before come to the explanation, we would like to introduce our group members. First, me myself, Cynthia Duitami as the moderator. Next, Siti Rahma Angelina as speaker 1. Next, Febria Nirmala as speaker 2. Next, Sylvie Hendriani as speaker 3. Next, Jaida as speaker 4. And last but not least, there is Fani Wahyuni as speaker 5. Okay, enjoy our explanation.
ESP learners. Javid has reported that English language teaching pedagogy has undergone tremendous change during the last few decades, and individual learners and their differences have become major areas of interest in ELT research. ESP is a learner-centered approach, and specific learners, their specific linguistic and non-linguistic needs are the nucleus of all ESP activities. Need analysis, material development, teaching process. ESP learners are the students to whom English is a foreign language, and they find their academic subject difficult, even though in all other respects they have the background and intellectual ability to the work. ESP courses, both academic and occupational, are designed for the learners who want English for their occupational in a post-academic setting, or for the ones who want it for academic purpose in pre-occupational settings. Talking about the required proficiency level of ESP learners, Youngman and Kailani conducted a 4-week English for business course and presented their findings to confirm that a certain level of proficiency was required for students to participate in predominantly content-related material. Javid conducted a comprehensive study at TIFF University to experiment in-house teaching material based on the track investigation of linguistic as well non-linguistic needs of Saudi medical undergraduate. The study lasted for 2 years and reported an experimental group that was taught indigenously developed teaching material based on linguistic and non-linguistic needs of English for medical purpose. Student performance became better not only in English, but also in their context course.
Okay, my name is Febria Nirmala. I will explain the next about ESP learners. An ESP learner is the one who has usually crossed the total dependence on teacher stage and achieved the level of maturity where he can not only evaluate information for himself but also make decisions about alternative procedures for learning. According Adam Smith, Robinson 1991 has reported that learning adulthood demands that ESP teaching should not be restricted only to instructional setting but other modes such as self-access, study, project work, cooperative learning should be incorporated in the program. Research seems to suggest that ESP learners should be actively involved in the process of the choice of the content material, curriculum development, and teaching methodology to ensure maximum commitment and motivation of the program participants.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sylvian Riani. Okay, next, how about ESP teachers? ESP teacher has a rules. There's one a teacher, and 2. A model of a successful language learner, and then a professional or specialist in a language teaching. Who is an ESP teacher? Almost always she or he is a teacher of general English who has unexpectedly found him or herself required to teach students with special needs. And then the experience is often a shock, the welcome or unwelcome one. And for non-native English teachers, there is likely to be a fear that they may not cope with their students' area of specialism. Those who welcome ESP may have qualification or at least a strong interest in other discipline. How about personal qualities of ESP teachers? According to Robinson 1991, personal attributes are enthusiasm, the ability to develop and administer a course, work at, report, and knowledge of students' work, as equally important as the ability to write teaching materials, and then an interest in the student's specialism area, or at least an open mind about it, an interest in the learner's language, a readiness to respect students, whether adults or near adults. Okay, what is more about ESP teachers? They do not only teach, very often they are involved in designing, setting up, and administering the ESP course. In nature, ESP is an integrated set of tasks involving planning, mounting, teaching, coordinating, administering a course, preparing the materials, teaching, and evaluating and testing. Finally, ESP teachers may well have to write reports on the students and on the course as a whole. How about problem with ESP teaching? Okay, the problems with ESP teaching, for the first is large classes, and then classes with mixed or ability and grouping, whether by specialism, English proficiency, job specification, or by attitude towards the target language. And then motivation. Students may not see the value of ESP courses. And then status, pay, and conditions. Next, the design of course. ESP in business and industry is too short with too many materials to cram in, making the students and teachers exhausted and thus the learning not effective. And for the last setting, after or during office hour or effect. Okay, how much should the ESP teacher know of students' specialism? For one thing to think, and then whether the students are experienced in their specialism or not, and the sponsor requirement, whether to include specific teaching of aspect of the specialism, and the students' views on the role of the teacher and the nature of ELT. So the key is to, for one, become familiar with the language of the subject, and 2. Be educated layman, and 3. Learn from relevant documentation. Example, product brochure, technical specifications, instruction manuals, and others. Okay, this is enough for ESP teachers, and I hope you will be understand what I'm saying. Okay, wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, I'm Jaida. I will explain about target needs. Target needs refer to what the learner needs to do in order to be able to communicate effectively in the target situation. A. Necessity. According to the demands of the target situation. And B. Lacks. There is a gap between the existing proficiency.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Fanny Wahyuni. This occasion, I'm going to be explaining about the point is learning needs. So, what does mean learning needs? Learning needs show how the students will be able to move from the starting point, lacks to the final destination. Once the learner's needs are identified of the ESP core, designer can move on the following step, that is syllabus design. As maintained by Moonby, who say syllabus specifications in ESP can only take place after the prior and necessary work has been done on needs. In developing syllabus, an important element is analyzing the needs of students. Need analysis is used to collect information about learners' needs. Learning needs refer to what the learner needs to do in order to learn. It is concerned with the method and activities in a learning process. To decide the method and activities, the teacher should understand the learning goals, the preferred style of learning, and the commitment to learn of the learner. Hutchinson and Waters 1978 claimed that it's need to base a course design simply on the target objective, and that the learning situation must also be taken into account. They added that target situations alone is not a reliable indicator, and the conditions of the learning situation, the learner's knowledge, skill, strategies, motivations for learning, the setting and the time load are of prime importance. Jadi, kebutuhan belajar menunjukkan bagaimana siswa mampu bergerak dari titik awal kekurangan menuju tujuan akhir kebutuhan. Hutchinson dan Waters menyatakan bahwasanya naif untuk mendasarkan desain kursus hanya pada tujuan sasaran dan bahwa situasi pembelajaran juga harus diperhitungkan. Mereka menambahkan bahwasanya situasi target saja bukanlah indikator yang dapat diandalkan, dan bahwa kondisi situasi pembelajaran, pengetahuan, keterampilan, strategi, motivasi, belajar, pengaturan, dan waktu bersuara siswa adalah hal yang terpenting. Jadi, the learning needs ini adalah mereka berkonsentrasi yang berfokus kepada metode dan aktivitas, istilahnya yaitu proses belajar.